Leadfinger Racing, located here in South Carolina. Let's check out these 8-scale bodies coming in buggy and truggy, both nitro and electric. Also over the shock tower truck bodies. Check out these cool aerodynamic, very durable lexan wings coming in both clear and smoke. All that downforce, all that aerodynamics, owned and operated and designed in-house by Chris Schaefer, supporting your military, veterans, and EMS. Check out Leadfinger Racing, leadfingerrc.com here in South Carolina. What's up, Pikes Peak RC Arena race news around the nation? It is Robbie here to give you guys the latest and greatest news for everything going on here, far, and abroad. And right now, here in Colorado, we got the World Championships going on, or getting ready to come up. Practice has already started for the PNWC over at 5280. All right, it'll be on live through Mob Media, and then it'll be announced by our very own Brett Klainsforth, driven with him over at Pikes Peak RC Arena and stuff like that. Great person, always giving that awesome advice. And if you guys don't know him, his son is the one that helped design the TC8 back here to include the new 4-wheel drive buggy and a bunch of other stuff. All right, so Kyle Klainsforth. So again, great people. He will be the main announcer, the main host for the PNWC, and then co-hosting his right-hand man right next to him, everybody knows, Corey Bosworth, who's there to assist him in interviews and giving Brent that break that he needs, because Brent loves to eat. So anyways, hope to see you guys out there at the PNWC. It's like I said, practice has already started, and as always, you'll go into your quals and then your mains and stuff like that, and then it'll be on Facebook. So again, look at 5280. It'll be on YouTube as well too. So I'll keep you guys updated with that. So if you guys are not ready, oh my goodness, we got a lot of heavy hitters hitting out there. I want to say 12 countries total. 12 countries total for the PNWC over at 5280. And I'm going to tell you right now, some awesome drivers. We got our very own world champion, I should say, Michael Maldonado. He'll be driving out there. I want to say John Carpenter probably will be driving out there as well too. Josh and David Abbey, father and son, they'll be driving out there amongst many others. So again, good luck to you guys out there at the PNWC. Now, if you did not sign up for Mini Z Racing and you have that niche right in you want to go drive Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies, hey, he'll be doing Mini Z that day. So go ahead, hit him up. All right. Many things going on. Like I said, I just talked about the 5280. Graham Hill, talked to him last week. Like I said in the previous video, he said he's going to do a couple more races before he actually closes out the season. So this weekend, this coming Saturday, over at LRC, for those that want to drive 8 scale, hey, that track will be open and for you guys to race all the way up north in Denver. Then on Sunday, here at Faster Laps over at the Ram Off-Road Park, Matt Kyle will be having his very last race for the season. And yeah, it should be very fun. So that'll get everybody prepped up. I'm going to go ahead and help them out Saturday, get the track cleaned up, prepped up, because I'll tell you right now, it is beat up right now. So give them assistance and stuff. And you guys got a free hand and you guys are driving this Sunday. Good. Use some help out there. Greatly appreciated. All right. So hopefully he has a skid steer. You wanted to make some changes here and there, and then we'll go from there. All right. So that's pretty much what's going on. Like I said, the biggest event, 5280, with the PNWC 128 scale World Championships. All right. And then not to mention that 5280 also hosts 110, 112 on-road carpet racing, to include off-road 110 scale carpet racing as well too, to include the short course trucks. All right. Then you have Eric Adams, as usual. He has us more stuff going on. Check his schedule on his page. Go ahead, join the More Mafia. He's always driving. I just watched the live the other day with their off-road clay stuff going on, their club racing. So it was actually pretty cool. And then yeah, that's pretty much it. Cole's trying to get caught up. he is getting product in. He does got a cool Mini Z. So if you, like I said, if you guys want to get back into the Mini Z stuff, man, he just got that cool MR04, that red Porsche. Oh my goodness, that thing is a beaut. That thing is a beaut. So again, go ahead, check out for all your RC needs. Right now, the only hobby shops that are open right now, you got Westminster, you got Fred, or Westminster with Justin, and then you got Littleton with Fred out there, and then you have Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies. So anything you guys need product wise, to include Eric Adams, I keep on forgetting. If you guys need your products and stuff, go ahead and hit up these hobby shops. All right. So Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies being in Pueblo, and then the other three, Eric Adams with More RC Raceway, Justin with Westminster, Fred with the Littleton. These are the two other Hobbytown stores that are still open. Right there for all your hobby shop needs, your RC needs, anything RC, anything model related. Go ahead, hit up Justin and Fred over there in Littleton and Westminster. All right, today's topic is body armor. All right, and prepping your body. Not so much prepping your body before paint. I'm talking prepping your body after paint. You want to save that awesome paint job. Nothing worse than having a cracked body and then all of a sudden it's just flapping all over in the way, or you make that awesome jump and another person overshoots the jump and lands on top of your vehicle and cracking your lexan. Nothing worse than any of that stuff, or you just hit a money rail or something. You hit something hard, or you just miscalculate a turn, jump, whatever. Number one thing to always go is always your wings and your bodies. Okay, so again, we're going to talk about after prep, getting your stuff situated after you do that, like I said, that awesome paint job, and you want to protect it. All right. Many ways to do that, but the most common, the most effective way is using E6000. All right. You can get this almost anywhere. You can get this at Hobby Lobby. You can get this over at Home Depot, Lowe's, and the best place to get it right now is Walmart. All right. So for 3.0 ounces, you're looking about $5.40. Then you got 3.7 ounces around that $6 mark. And then you got 2.7 ounces, which is around that $3.69. And then you get the little small tubes. I just go ahead. If you got plenty of bodies, let's get the big tube. All right. So E6000, this stuff is awesome. Pretty much comparable to Shugu. And yeah, great product to use to repair your body or to reinforce your body before you wreck your body. All right. On top of that, what you want to use in conjunction with this is the fiber tape. All right. So you can also get this over at Walmart. I've seen this over at Home Depot, but Walmart would be your cheapest place, around $5. You get a like a fiberglass mesh piece, which is like right here, and then you get the metal one. I haven't had no use for the metal, but again, that's about $5. And if you want to spend a little bit more and get the best bang for your buck, I want to say this is over 100. It was over 100 feet for this this fiber mesh tape and stuff like that. No different from the square. It's just in a strip and easier to manage. Still has its adhesive properties to it, but you want to use the E6000. So what you're going to do, right, using this stuff, and you can get this over at Lowe's or Home Depot. And let me find my scissors. Golly, these trusty Traxxas scissors. I don't know what happened to my titanium scissors. And it's just like my other ones over at the store. They just came up missing, and I don't know what happened to it. So you want to cut these in little strips, or you can use it as is, and you want to repair or apply it to the body and stuff like that. So what we're going to do, we're going to use this one. All right, I kind of jumped the gun on this one. So where you want to protect your most critical areas is always right here. These areas right here. And those areas always crack. And it always cracks because you have flex in the chassis. And what it does is it kind of scrunches up your body. And this is the first thing to give. All right. And we're going to get into that real quick here shortly. But I want to show you real quick what I do. So this is kind of too long. But what I'll do, and it's a reinforcement kind of like a mesh tape. So you want to go ahead and lay it down up in there. get it all sticky up in there, and I got it to where I got it protecting that area where the crack is, and also right there, and going up into the hole. And I'll do that for the other side as well too. All right. For those that see this little aluminum tape, this is like a heat shield barrier tape. Do you necessarily need it? No, you don't. But if you want to take that extra mile to take care of your body and stuff like that, I've never seen one burn through or anything like that. This is just one of those things extra that I added on there. And you can use aluminum or that 24 karat gold heat tape, that space tape or whatever. So you can get that stuff on Amazon, or you can go down to your local hot rod shop, or even at Lowe's or Home Depot for the silver aluminum stuff. All right. So what I did right there, I put the mesh tape right there. Granted, it is not going to stay there. So what you want to do is use the E6000, right, and go ahead and put a a good healthy dab on there. Don't glob it on there. Put a healthy dab on there. And what I do is, if I have a pair of latex gloves or whatnot, surgical gloves, so on and so forth, or even a paintbrush, you can brush that in there. I advise using the latex gloves, okay? And you can really get in there with your finger and massage it all up in the corners, and that's where you want it, right? So you can cut the tape to however you want, get it all up in here, and go into your critical areas, right? I.e. all your little corner areas and stuff like that, all right? Now, I did talk about where a lot of these crack because that is a major weak point, and the chassis flexes when you dig into something, or when you land, or there's going to be one of those days that you're just going to land wrong, and you're just going to nosedive right into the dirt. I've done it as a new driver. I've done it many a times, and find my body breaking. All right, and all these lexan bodies, they're pretty stout for 8 scale. All right, so they're pretty stout. They got some good thick lexan on there. So, but you want to prolong your body. So another thing is wallowing out your holes longer. Now, you don't have to go this long. You want to keep your front holes normal, right? Get it to where it fits perfectly right over your body mount. But for the rear, kind of elongate them a little bit, oblong. It doesn't show it on here, but these are oblonged already. These are normal hole drilled, and then I oblonged it out using a Dremel, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So again, that way that chassis flex doesn't bind up my body and start cracking it and stuff. All right, so again, elongate your holes. All right, perfect example, I'll use Tom Prindle's old bottle because it was already starting to get cracked. All right, if you look right there, he already had the mesh tape and stuff like that in certain areas, and then use the E6000 and reinforce it. Why? Because he had a crack there, and then the crack was forming up and stopped about right there. The other crack stopped about right there. So that was all what was holding on to the front of this clip. So what I went ahead and did to reinforce it a little bit more, I used the E6000, used it on the outside. Granted, it's just, it was a quick temporary fix. This is now a practice body. But now it's solid and durable now. And with the mesh tape in there, added that extra reinforcement. Now, granted, it must have took a really bad hit, because back here, the holes were already elongated and stuff like that. All right. Again, use the E6000 or the shoe goo. There are some other methods out there. If you have a caulking gun, you got the tubes out there. Gorilla Glue has one that's all clear, so it's like $9 a tube. There's another cheaper brand out there. I think it's Liquid Nails, but it's not clear nor it's white. It's an off-white, and it looks like this. All right, so it works and performs no different from the E6000, and it really made the body durable and stuff. So again, you can actually hear it, durability of that. Now, you don't want to do this a lot, or like how I did on this one, on your on-road or or any of your 10 scale vehicles and stuff like that, because weight does really matter. These vehicles are already heavy as it is. Again, you still don't want to add weight that's not needed on there. So, but again, I wanted to prolong my bodies, and it's not hard for me to get more bodies. It's just that, you know, the time spent in prepping and making them look nice and presentable. I want to prolong that just a tad bit. All right. Another tip that I want to give you guys is when you're cutting your bodies. All right. Stay away from doing sharp edges. All right. Where's my marker at again? Anyways, you want to make it smooth and curvy. All right. Now, if you do this at a 90 and then you do a 90 right there, what that does, that corner piece right there, that's going to be a piece for the lexan to rip from. Why? Because it's already at a point and it'll be a lot easier to rip. Now, if it's in a transitional curve, in and out, hence why a lot of these bodies with the lines and stuff, you'll see a lot of them are curved. None of them are straight up or like hard 90-degree turns and stuff like that. That way the body doesn't rip. And I know some people don't use the right tools to cut their bodies. Again, get a good pair of lexan scissors that are curved. Don't get me wrong, they got some straight ones, but use the straight ones where it's needed, which is down right here. Use your curved ones. These curved ones will curve and make all the curves needed all around this vehicle and stuff, all right? So again, I probably got to fix this one. So you see how I got a curve right there, but right there it's really sharp edged and I kind of overcut it. So that's going to be an area where I'm going to probably need to address and curve it out. So that's going to come in with the handy dandy Dremel, right? And again, use your Dremel to elongate your holes. Now, don't get me wrong, you do got your body hole reamer and stuff like that you can use, but again, it's only cutting perfect circles. So again, invest in a Dremel or borrow somebody's Dremel to elongate your holes, and then use a sanding drum. Where's my wheel sanding drum disc I just had? There it is. This one I can get into smaller areas, but this one to smooth out the lexan all the way around. No jagged edges, nothing catches, so that way your body doesn't rip. All right. So the whole goal here is to prolong your body as long as possible. Now, in 12 scale, the lexan is so thin. Do I have a old lexan body? Let me grab one real quick, because I will tell you, oh my goodness, these things are like plastic all in themselves. I got a whole box here filled with lexan bodies. Oh, here we go. Perfect example. And I bought this body and used it for one day, and that was it. All right. So there's a lot of thicknesses of lexan. Again, in 10 scale and 12 scale, especially in on-road, weight is the biggest killer of your drivability and speed and trying to get that extra edge. So you want the lightest possible, right? You wouldn't use a body that weighs like, golly, I want to say this is probably over 100 plus grams, but you want it as light as possible. These are, I want to say, probably in the 30, 25 gram range. But again, you can see that the body is very, very thin. So very little takes to damage it. Again, I already got a rip there because I did not cut it. And again, my tires hit all there and stuff. And I can repair this and still use it. No, not really. But again, you don't want to add weight to this. There's some areas, like quick fix around the around the body. On that day of racing, I had to use some duct tape because I didn't have no E6000 or some mesh tape. And my holes ripped because I met with another car or I banged off a rail or something. And again, these bodies are so thin. They're in that, I want to say that, golly, that 0.20, 0.25 range are very, very thin. I think they get a little bit thinner than that too. So, and that's for 12 scale. So, again, that's how thin the bodies can get. And you don't want to weigh it down with the E6000. You're like, well, Robbie, I want to coat the whole body. Weigh this whole entire tube. This whole entire tube, golly, it's 3.0 full of ounces. Also, it's an aluminum tube as well, too, with your plastic cap. You got to add all that weight on there. That does add a lot of weight to this. I have not weighed any of the bodies yet. prior to adding E6000. And I kind of went overboard, like I said. I kind of coated it everywhere. Again, I want to prolong my bodies as long as possible, and this goes on my nitro truck. So this will be my practice body, and that'll be my actual race body and stuff. So again, that is the main thing I wanted to focus on today, was a tip and tricks of how to prolong your body, how to properly set it up after you get that cool, awesome paint job, right? There's a lot of videos out there on how to prep your body, on how to paint your body, mask your body. But again, to protect that awesome paint job that you have, or that you put that hard work into, the body armor underneath helps out a lot. Also, carry some E6000 with you. I'm gonna tell you right now, usually I carry it with me. I just picked this up because I did another video like this, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't have no E6000 with me. And I went ahead and picked some up, and I don't got nobody to use it on. So, but again, it'll be great for when I'm at the track if I need to do a quick repair, and there will be quick repairs. There's been to the point where I've used, like you said, or like you saw, I used duct tape really quick. And then being on carpet tracks, and then you're on dirt tracks, that adhesiveness doesn't really stick that well. So again, there's a lot of stuff that you can use quickly, and the E6000 has proven. Just do a quick wipe off. Make sure you get off all that slimy and gritty stuff off, and all that dirt, and then go ahead and apply your E6000. And then get on there, and it dries very, very quick. All right, so almost to the point where you'll be ready by your next heat or your mains. You should be fine. All right, but I am Robbie with the Pikes Peak RC Arena. Wanted to give you guys that body armor tips and tricks. All right. Like I said, 5280. Guys, you guys got to watch that World Championships going on, 128 scale. Again, over at 5280. Check them out. Also, you got Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies. If you're not able to make it to race there with Mini Z and you want to race, Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies will have his Mini Z race going on as well too. Graham over at LRC up north will be doing 8 scale racing off-road dirt this coming Saturday. Matt Kyle Faster Laps over here at Ram here in Colorado Springs will be on Sunday. So if you can make both events, awesome. That would be awesome if you can. Also, Eric Adams will be doing his normal club racing, to include JT RC Sports over there in Aurora doing their thing as well too with Oval. So again, check out you guys' tracks. Support your local hobby shops. Hey, they are there for you guys. All right. I am Robbie with the Pikes Peak RC Arena. Race news around the nation. I will see you guys. Take care. Guys, where is that?